This is the Tigers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Detroit Tigers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
How about 5 wins in a row for the Detroit Tigers? Oh, yes, another victory over the Tampa Bay Rays. 4-2, the final in this one. Welcome into a live Locked On Tigers postcast. How much fun is this team? Jake Riepma, happy to be hosting the live Locked On Tigers postcast. You can follow me on Twitter at Jake_Riepma. This is your live Locked On Tigers postcast, your post-game destination for all things Detroit Tigers. Free and available wherever you get your podcasts. And, of course, on YouTube, it's all part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team each and every day. If you don't mind, go ahead and like today's video and make sure you subscribe on YouTube as well, as we just keep pumping out bangers on the postgame because the Detroit Tigers have won 5 in a row. What do we see tonight? Well, Jack Flaherty dazzled. 8 strikeouts on the mound, and Chicks dig the long ball. That's right. Colt Keith and Spencer Torkelson going deep. We'll talk about that. And like I said, 5 wins in a row, chance to sweep the Rays as well tomorrow. We'll look ahead to the day game. And of course, we'll have our biggest talking point, our turning point, and our player of the game. It's all next on a live Locked On Tigers postcast. Buckle up, dial it in. As always, your comments are welcome because this is a fun, glorious team. I mean, there's no other way to put it. This is what summer is all about. This is what baseball at Comerica Park is all about. I mean, you saw the crowd there. Listen to that crowd at the end of the game. We've got one of the best broadcast crews, probably the best broadcast crew, with Jason Benetti and Andy Dirks eating sundaes on the broadcast with Daniela Bruce. We've got it all. I mean, how much fun is it to be a Detroit Tigers fan right now? Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our biggest talking point.
This is what you'll be talking about.
32-14. That's insane. That's the Tigers' record at Comerica Park. 32 wins, 14 losses. This team just continues to be dominant at the friendly confines of Comerica Park and play with an aura, a pep in their step, just an overall vibe of this team. You can't be better. I mean, I am running out of ways to say it, and that's a good problem to have. And it's different contributions from different guys each and every night. I mentioned Jack Flaherty in the opening. We'll start with him because if I was telling somebody about this game, wow, you look at Jack Flaherty, the response from him, we know he's capable. We know he can do this. 6 1/3. Yes, he gave up 7 hits, but scattered just the 2 earned runs. He struck out 8, so the swing and miss was there. He walked just 1. And with Jack Flaherty attacking the strike zone, I mean, 17 first pitch strikes out of 26 batters that he faced. Things you love to see from Jack Flaherty. And oh, by the way, he had 16 swinging strikes. So listen, Jack Flaherty was getting it today. And what does a great starting pitcher need? The complementary bullpen. And that's what we saw tonight from this Tigers staff. At first, of course, it's Tommy Kahnle coming in. Let me back up. Tyler Holton coming in and pitching, getting the in an inning of work there. Tommy Kahnle gets the win. He's 1-1. Both those guys, Tommy Kahnle and Tyler Holton, really, really good again tonight. For Tommy Kahnle, that changeup working, and with Tyler Holton being a guy that we've looked for more production from, and he showed it tonight. And then in the 9th, he's just got Will Vest throwing gas. He gets his 15th save of the season and did give up the 1 hit in the 9th inning, but he struck out the side. All 3 Rays go down on strikes. And another beautiful thing that you love to see is a victorious Will Vest on the mound at Comerica Park after the win. So great stuff there from the Detroit Tigers. And again, not all Julys are created equal, but this is as much fun as you can have and leading up to an all-star break. It's so much fun. I don't want it to end, but let's take some of your comments. There's a ton of them to get to, and we appreciate you. We appreciate everybody tuning in and night out. And I know it's more fun after a win, But hey, this Locked On Tigers postcast was launched last year, and what a magical season that was. And we've kept the momentum going here in 2025 because, man, I think the entire Tigers team deserves to be all-star. Okay, I'll dial it back a little bit. But for sure, Frankie, the bat boy, I know voting still goes on till 11 o'clock, so make sure you vote for Frankie. Zach McKinstry as well, his comments I thought were spot on. I mean, we know he's a team guy. That's what you expect from a Central Michigan Chippewa. Jason Walters first up. He says Chicks dig the long ball. Indeed, they do. The Rays had way more hits than the Tigers tonight, but the Tigers had the effective ones. The Tigers with just 4 hits, but they scored 4 runs on those, 8 hits for the Rays. And again, you get the Torkelson homer after a 2-0 game to make it 2-1. And then Colt Keith doing what he does, singling home Zach McKinstry. Don't love Matt Vierling getting thrown out at third on that play, but the game is tied. And then Colt Keith, the big home run in the 7th, a 2-run bomb scoring Zach McKinstry. You just love to see it. I mean, it just brings so much joy thinking about this Detroit Tigers team. Detroit Sports Talk is up next. He says, make that 5 in a row and a series win. Indeed, that's another important part of all of this. Just keep winning series, and that's what the Tigers did again today. But hey, let's go get a sweep in the day game tomorrow. All right, Pete Hassett, I love this team. Indeed, I do. Detroit Sports Talk says, play that song. You know, the Tigers won again. The Tigers won again. Demetrius McNeil is up next. He says, Colt Keith is the Rays kryptonite. The University radio station is playing the song right now. Go for the 60th win tomorrow. That's another part. Crazy in all this. 59 wins for this Detroit Tigers team. All they do is win, and it's electric. You love it. Thomas Rotondi, all good, but Riley Green has struck out 12 of his last 17 at-bats. Yes, Thomas, we know Riley Green has not been great. The strikeouts are concerning. I still think you look at Riley Green's production, and you'll take it. You'll sign up for that. The guy's an all-star for a reason. He's starting in the all-star game, and could he be better bat to ball contact-wise? Absolutely. Is that my biggest takeaway tonight? Absolutely not. All right, Braylon Dennis is up next. He says one win away from a 60 burger. Gary Myers, Tigers are on cruise control. Pitching has been brilliant. It's amazing. Effective pitching, timely hitting, great bullpen, and a team that refuses to lose. That's the Detroit Tigers, baby. That's the 2025 Detroit Tigers. Harley Fife is up next. They said, let's go Tigers. I love that. Rick Pasella says, it's a Torque Bomb Tuesday, baby. Indeed it is. Colt Keith is a beast, and he's super comfortable in that DH role. AJ may want to write that trail for a while. If it ain't broke, ... I'll go ahead and finish that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, Colt Keith's comfort at the plate certainly has been noticeable, and obviously the production has followed, but that was, it hasn't always been that way for Colt Keith. And he's been a guy we've called out for more production, and we're seeing it as of late. So he certainly deserves the flowers. Gray Matter says, best throwing the 97-mile-per-hour heat in the 9th to close the door. Hope Dingler is all right. That knock to the helmet looks scary. Yeah, it sure did. And I'm glad you said that, because sometimes, admittedly, you get talking about all the good and you forget about some of the other things that happened during the game. And obviously, we'll keep you abreast if we hear anything on that. All right, Sebastian Kose says, Jack Flaherty bounced back today after all the backlash from Tiger fans were giving him hope. He keeps it up. Let's go Tigers. Indeed. Yeah, that's the sign of a competitor. You got to be able to bounce back. It's not always going to be smooth sailing. You got to be able to bounce back. And Jack Flaherty did exactly that tonight. One more, Steven Ludlow. Shout out to Steven. Another quality start, another victory. I love this team. Let's go Tigers. Well said. That's a perfect one to end on. We're going to have our turning point and our player of the game. When we come back, we'll look ahead to tomorrow's game as well. Don't go anywhere. It's a lot. Locked On Tigers postcast. This episode of the Locked On Tigers postcast is brought to you by Open Phone. It's also brought to you by FanDuel. Let's get the right order there. That's right. We do it live. This episode of the Locked On Tigers Postcast is brought to you by FanDuel. Summer sports are in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. You're already following the action. Why not make it a little bit more thrilling? With FanDuel, you can get in on the game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach. Yeah, that sounds not so good, huh? I've been using FanDuel to track my favorite matchups, and the app keeps it fresh with new daily promotions and fun ways to bet. I absolutely love it. And if you're new to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com to get started. This episode of the Locked On Tigers Postcast is also brought to you by Open Phone. If you're running a business, you know that every missed call is money left on the table. Think about the last time you had a service emergency, like a burst pipe. If the first plumber didn't answer, did you wait? No. You called the next one. That's why having a reliable business line is so important. And that's why you need Open Phone. Open Phone is the #1 business phone system that helps you streamline and scale customer communication, all from an app on your phone or computer. Your whole team can share one number and respond to customers like a shared inbox. No more, who's handling this one? With Open Phone, your whole team has access. Open Phone is offering Locked On Tigers Postcast listeners 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/LockedOnMLB. That's OPENPHONE.com/LockedOnMLB. And if you have existing numbers with another service, not to worry, Open Phone will port them over at no extra charge. Open Phone, no missed calls, no missed customers. Tigers defeat the Tampa Bay Rays. What a beautiful evening at Comerica Park. 4-2, the final in this one. Chalk it up under things you love to see. Let's get right into our turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
How about a little Colt Keith 2-run homer, the go-ahead home run in the 7th inning to bring the crowd at Comerica Park to its feet. The call from Jason Benetti, absolutely electric. And again, you chalk it up under things you love to see. Colt Keith finding a way to be the guy again tonight and propel this team to victory. That's where this game turned. It doesn't happen without Jack Flaherty's effort. There's no doubt about that. And you don't get to the win column without the effort of the bullpen from Tyler Holton, Tommy Canley, and Will Vest in the 9th. Of course, it's a team effort, but where that game turned was on the bat of Colt Keith. How about our player of the game? That's next.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Oh boy, this one's tough. Just like last night. That's what's so fun about this team. It's always tough to pick a player of the game. I'll look into the comments, and I think I got to agree with Braylon Dennis here that Colt Keith was a dog today, because not only did he have the 2-run homer, but he also had the RBI single in the 5th that scored Zach McKinstry. Colt Keith, your player of the game in that leadoff spot, the designated hitter. 3 RBI tonight, another home run, 2 more hits for Colt Keith. That home run was the 8th of the season, and not to be outdone, Spencer Torkelson, 21 bombs this season. And again, just everything I'm spewing out and my mind's going a million miles an hour is just excitement, positivity. This team is brilliant. This team is amazing. And the Rays are no slouch either. Some of their offensive numbers really, really impressive. So, hey, how about we go for a sweep tomorrow? How does that sound? Well, don't you worry. We got some day baseball tomorrow. Looking forward to that for the Detroit Tigers. According to their projected starters, it'll be Reese Olson. 1:10 first pitch. Reese Olson, great to see him back on the bump. And Zach Liddell for the Tampa Bay Rays. So Reese Olson, your pitcher tomorrow. Day baseball. How about that? Make sure you join us immediately following the conclusion of tomorrow's day game. We'll be live on the air. Make sure you like and subscribe. It's always a pleasure bringing you the Locked On Tigers postcast game. And oh my goodness, this team is 1 win away from 60 wins before the All-Star break, a stranglehold on the American League Central, the best record in the American League. You can't say enough about this Detroit Tigers team. But the beautiful thing about the Locked On Tigers postcast is we get to try night in and night out, or in tomorrow's case, in the day game version. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you check out Locked On Tigers on the Daily with Scott Bentley, and we'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon as the Tigers go for the sweep over the Tampa Bay Rays after winning the second game of the series tonight. Final score 4-2. See you tomorrow.